Okay, let's unpack this. You handed us the results from WWE SmackDown, April 25th, 2025, and wow, it really felt like a huge shift, didn't it?
Absolutely. It wasn't just a show. It felt like a direct continuation, almost an explosion from WrestleMania 41. Fort Worth got quite the night.
It really did. So we're going to dive deep into all of that tonight. We've got the fallout, the big return, title matches, everything.
Right. We're looking at the results, sure, but it's more about the chain reaction, you know? Cena's return setting off fireworks, the women's title scene turning chaotic, U.S. title picture heating up, and that massive TLC match.
Exactly. And our goal here isn't just to read off who won or lost. You probably know the basics. We want to dig into the why. What are the hints, the little things, the big statements that tell us where this is all going?
But you want to give you that context, that deeper layer beyond just the recap. Make sense of the madness, basically.
So, with everything that went down, where do we even start? For me, it has to be John Cena. His return and that confrontation with Randy Orton, just unforgettable.
It's hard to argue with that. I mean, talk about grabbing everyone's attention right from the start. Cena's entrance alone was loaded, holding the undisputed title backwards.
Yeah, and the last time is now towel.
Right. And the crowd reaction
Yeah.
was split right down the middle, wasn't it? That tells you everything about his legacy.
Those chants were wild. John Cena sucks. Immediately met with, let's go Cena, Cena sucks.
Mhm.
It's like the fans themselves can't decide.
It's like they're arguing with themselves in real time. And then his whole introduction, you know, the revised one.
Oh yeah, the greatest of all time, the 17, the final time bit.
It felt, I don't know, almost like he was trying to get booed before Orton even showed up. Like he was playing into it.
Well, the initial one was apparently deemed disrespectful, so maybe he just doubled down. And then Randy Orton comes out.
And the place erupts, singing his theme. Total opposite reaction. Instant, unified support for Orton.
It was a stark contrast.
Yeah.
And Orton, he went straight for the history, didn't he? That 25-year mark.
Yeah, brought up the whole hustle, loyalty, respect thing. Almost like he respected it, but then...
Then came the pivot, the void in Cena's life.
Right. Mentioning the Make-A-Wish stuff, which is phenomenal, obviously, but then suggesting Cena should have kids. That felt personal.
It really did. Kind of blurred the lines between the characters and maybe real life. It felt like it landed heavily.
And Cena's reaction proved it did. Accusing Orton of parent shaming, that felt raw.
Super raw. And his comeback about spending 25 years raising yours, meaning the fans.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about biting the hand that fed you.
It felt like a deliberate severing of that connection he built for so long, just throwing it away.
And pointing at the kid in the crowd, calling his dad a loser. That's not the Cena we've known. That felt genuinely mean.
Yeah, the usual banter, if you can call it that, just vanished and became sharp cutting, and that line, never bring a knife to a gunfight.
Had a real edge to it, didn't it? It really feels like he's tearing down that whole Superman image he cultivated.
It really does. Is this the heel turn people always talked about, or just a final, maybe more bitter chapter? Makes you wonder.
Randomly. And Orton looked genuinely frustrated trying to bring it back to the fans, their history.
And Cena just wouldn't have it. The guest versus furniture line from Orton was perfect.
Yeah, Orton's the fixture, Cena's just visiting, pointed.
And then Orton dropping that Cody Rhodes quote just before his music hit.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
A clear nod to his own legacy, pushing back against Cena's sort of implied dominance.
Then inevitably the titles came up.
Yeah.
Cena bragging about 17 versus Orton's 14.
And that thread about erasing 3 generations of Orton's family legacy. The arrogance was just off the charts.
Which led straight to Orton demanding the match. Right then, right there.
You could feel the energy spike in the arena. Everyone wanted to see it.
But Cena refused, naturally. Classic power move. Said he was saving Orton's ass.
And then sets it up for Backlash in St. Louis, Orton's hometown.
Maximum pressure, right? Wants Orton at his best, no excuses, for what Cena thinks is a guaranteed win.
Calculated, very calculated, and then it finally got physical.
Cena throwing the belt, the punch, the kicks.
But Orton ducks, hits the RKO out of nowhere.
And stands tall, holding the title. What a statement. Perfect way to end that segment and immediately hype Backlash.
Absolutely. Deeply personal feud, high stakes for the undisputed title. Couldn't ask for a hotter angle right now. So after that explosion, we actually got some wrestling.
We did. Legado del Fantasma, Angel and Berto taking on Fraxium Axiom and Nathan Fraser.
And that was just pure speed and action, wasn't it? Axiom Fraser flying everywhere.
Those double suicide dives.
Yeah.
And the Phoenix Splash for the win. Incredible stuff.
Yeah.
A real palate cleanser after the intensity.
Definitely shifted the vibe. Speaking of shifting vibes, the women's championship scene got a major shakeup next.
Right. Tiffany Stratton came out, fresh off beating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Very confident, as you'd expect.
Extremely confident, lots of self-congratulations. But Jade Cargill wasn't having it.
Nope. Jade interrupted, gave Tiffany props for the win, but basically said, that just put a bigger target on your back.
Cargill made it clear she's there for the title, and Tiffany hasn't faced her yet. Simple and direct.
And Tiffany, maybe a bit too confident, called her out for a match right then and there.
Which we got, and it was a good match, actually. Both looked strong, lots of near falls.
Yeah, very competitive. But then, interference. Naomi attacked Jade.
So that issue is clearly not over. Threw Jade into the ring post, disqualification.
But the chaos wasn't done. Nia Jax suddenly appears.
Out of nowhere, leg drop, annihilator on Tiffany Stratton.
And Jax standing over the fallen champion, holding the title belt high. That image says it all.
It completely blows the title picture wide open. Now you've got Stratton, Cargill, Naomi, Nia Jax, all seemingly in the mix. It's going to be wild.
Absolutely. Next up, the United States Championship. And the ring got crowded fast.
It did. Jacob Fatu, the new champ, comes out with Solo Sikoa.
And Solo immediately tries to take credit for Fatu winning the belt at Mania.
But Fatu shut that down pretty quick, didn't he? Grabbed the mic, said he'd have won anyway. All gas, no brakes.
I like that. Shows he's not just going to be Solo's muscle. There's some tension there already, maybe.
Could be. Then LA Knight comes out, still furious about WrestleMania, wants his rematch, mentioned Fatu grabbing the ropes.
Keeps that controversy alive. But before that could go anywhere, Drew McIntyre's music hits.
And Drew's got his own list of grievances, still feels screwed over, despite beating Priest at Mania, wanted Cena, now wants Fatu's U.S. title.
Just a pileup of guys feeling they deserve a shot.
Yeah.
Knight and McIntyre started sniping at each other about past reigns, too.
Yeah, the animosity there is real. Thankfully, Adam Pearce came out to try and impose some order.
Right, setting up McIntyre versus Knight later tonight. #1 contenders match. Seemed logical.
Before we got to that match, though, we actually had another title change.
We did. The Women's United States Championship. Chelsea Green defending against Zelina Vega.
And despite Piper Niven and Alba Fire getting involved, trying to help Chelsea.
Zelina Vega overcame the odds. Hit the code red, got the pin. New champion.
That was great to see. A big win for Zelina really elevates that title, too.
Definitely. Okay, then we had something truly unexpected.
Oh, yeah. The Miz was out there doing his usual thing, complaining about being overlooked for WrestleMania.
Which, is a classic Miz promo point.
Yeah.
Why do newer guys get the spotlight over a former main eventer?
And just as he's getting worked up,
Yeah.
lights out.
That creepy visual on the screen. And then Aleister Black is just there.
The reaction was huge. His return felt massive. That dark, mysterious vibe is so different from everyone else.
And he didn't say a word. Just hit Miz with that wicked spinning kick.
Black mass, then just sat down, cross-legged, in the middle of the ring as the lights went out again. Chilling.
So impactful. Immediately sets up a feud with Miz, brings a totally unique presence back to SmackDown. What do you think this means for him going forward?
Well, it instantly gives SmackDown this darker edge. A feud with Miz is fascinating, total clash of personalities. Miz is all talk, all Hollywood. Black is silence and intensity. It fills a niche they were missing, I think.
Yeah, definitely adds another intriguing layer. We also saw Bianca Belair backstage.
Right, she talked about her broken fingers from WrestleMania, said she was proud of her team despite the loss.
And she mentioned how divided SmackDown feels right now, which is clearly accurate based on everything else happening.
No kidding. We also got that brief, tense moment between Naomi and Nia Jax backstage.
Yeah, Jax basically telling Naomi to stay out of her way. She doesn't care about Naomi's issues with Jade. Just the title.
More fuel on the fire for that women's division chaos. Those little backstage bits really helped tie things together.
Okay, so then we finally got that #1 contenders match. Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight.
And it was physical, hard-hitting, exactly what you'd expect from those two.
But surprise, surprise, not a clean finish tonight. Solo Sikoa interferes again.
Hits LA Knight with the Samoan spike. So McIntyre wins by DQ.
But he doesn't get to celebrate. Damian Priest runs out, attacks Drew, choke slam through the announce table.
Just total anarchy. And it still wasn't over.
Nope. Jacob Fatu comes flying in, takes out Knight, takes out Priest with dives and moonsaults.
And Fatu ends up standing tall, holding the U.S. title over all the carnage. What a statement for the new champion.
It really cemented him as a major force and showed just how volatile that U.S. title scene is right now. Everyone wants a piece.
We even had a quick backstage bit with Cena after all that.
Oh, right. R-Truth congratulating him in his own bizarre way.
And Jimmy Uso actually questioning Cena's behavior, asking what's up with him.
Yeah, R-Truth defended Cena, but it shows that Cena's new attitude isn't going unnoticed by the other wrestlers either.
Adds that little bit of locker room perspective. Okay, finally, the main event. Triple Threat TLC for the tag team titles.
The Street Profits defending against the Motor City Machine Guns and DIY. And wow, did they deliver on the TLC part.
Oh man, it was pure chaos. Tables, ladders, chairs everywhere, non-stop action, incredible spots.
So many close calls, moments where you thought someone else had it, guys flying everywhere, inside the ring, outside the ring. Brutal.
Just relentless punishment. All 6 guys put it all on the line. It was a war.
In the end, though, the Street Profits managed to climb up and grab both belts. They retained.
Hard-earned retention. It showed their resilience, but honestly, all 3 teams looked incredible. The tag division is stacked.
So looking back at the whole night, SmackDown's landscape feels completely different now, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That Cena-Orton clash is huge, potentially legacy-altering. The women's division is completely up for grabs. Aleister Black's return adds a dark horse. The U.S. title scene is a powder keg. And the tag teams just tore the house down.
It really wasn't just a collection of matches. It felt like a series of dominoes falling, setting up major conflicts moving forward. Hopefully, breaking it down like this gives you a better sense of all the moving parts and why this particular SmackDown felt so significant.
Yeah, hopefully you get the deeper story here, the strategies, the simmering tensions, without needing the full 3-hour viewing experience.
And that leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? After all this chaos, all this upheaval, what happens next week? What's the immediate fallout? And looking ahead to Backlash, whose big gamble, whose aggressive move is actually going to pay off? That's what I'll be thinking about.